Every day you wake up, let me tell you something. If your heart's still beating, then that counts as something. Don't let anyone try to bring you down. If it seems bad, don't jump to conclusions. Only time will tell the winners and the losers. So we need you to stick around. Hold it down. Life isn't made to be feel simple. If you wanna get a lot, you gotta give a little. So you got something to prove to you. When you're throwing hands with your demons, hit them with the right hook and leave them reeling. So don't be scared of nothing at all. Life is tough, don't let it get you down. So roll it up and pass it around. Life is tough, don't let it get you down. So if you're hearing this sound, just know we're here to hold it down.
So if your story ain't the cover of a magazine, and unemployment and the devil make you want to scream, and all the pots of gold and money trees got dripped dry. Well, listen closely, cause this song is written just for you. When the day-to-day news got you feeling blue, get up out of your bed, get up in this groove, cause we put them happy feelings right up in your shoe.
And life is tough, don't let it get you down.
Life is tough, don't let it get you down.
So roll it up and pass it around.
So roll it up and pass it around.
Life is tough, don't let it get you down.
So if you're hearing this sound, just know we're here.
To hold it down.
Sweet. Well, welcome to the last SYLA podcast episode that we'll be recording for the year. It's already been a fucking riot just hanging in the studio with these three fucking clowns. All right. We got Sin.
I'm just here to take timestamps
AKA
today. That's it. I'm not
Sin.
talking.
AKA Sin Spoken Word.
That's me.
At Sin Spoken Word on Instagram. We come in with the man, the myth, the legend, the white unicorn from Chicago.
Oh, yeah. Hey, y'all know Martell from Chicago too, right?
Preach the poet, one and only. And you got Sin. Oh, it will not. And we got Martell, the artist, who I've had the pleasure. All three of them I've had the pleasure of working with and creating art, or being in the same event with in some capacity, and it's just been blessed, bro. Wow. He's gonna put me on the chopping block like that.
I'm just saying.
Wow.
Like we don't kick it together. Like when we don't get together, we don't
What?
talk. That was the whole premise of us being
What?
all together.
I found you out, and I
What
was,
do you mean?
bro? I literally.
I was homies with them before you.
Yeah, I know that. I'm
And
not
then we brought you into the circle.
Oh, okay, fine.
That's why you're the
fine.
second son, Luffy.
Is this the right time to discuss our friendship? Like,
I'm just saying. No, bro.
I love how
like-
Sin just went silent.
he said all the
Told
way
y'all
back.
I'm just here to take timestamps today. I ain't talking.
Like, I'm not getting into this.
Okay. So
I got this straight from Preach.
so-
I don't want
okay.
I just chip in with some shit like, hey, we should calm down, Preacher. And by the way, on April 3rd,
oh
when
my-
we were in the car,
I'm just saying. I'm gonna tell the
He's
truth.
only gonna do that, and he's only gonna blast shows that he has coming up. Okay, just let's get that out the way. Does anybody have any shows coming up
Can we do that at the end?
at the end? All right,
when
at
is
the
this
end.
airing?
Well, hopefully within the span of a week or so.
You don't know. when
My
it's
show will be
airing. You know
passed.
what I'm saying? He said
Depends
a
on
week. It's gonna be
giving
like 3
the
weeks.
studio enough time to like complete the work and make an awesome
Don't try to put it on,
podcast
though.
episode. Bro,
Don't try to. Don't.
this
Dennis
is
will
a
be
pod-
done in
I'm
like an
recording
hour.
20 minute 3 segments for podcasts. This is a simple straight up thing. I'm not putting it on the studio, but it's always been reliable. Why y'all gotta make me feel so awkward on my podcast? Why?
Welcome to the, what number is this?
Silent.
What
It's
number
like
is this?
episode 4.
This is episode 4.
Welcome to episode 4 of the SYLA podcast.
Yeah, that's right, Sid.
I'm your host, Sin.
Man,
To my right
He's natural at it. He's a natural. He's a natural.
is
So-
Lottie underscore
So
the
they
musician.
brought me on my podcast to embarrass me in a gang fashion. All right, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
How are you
Never
doing, Lottie?
working with any of y'all
What's up,
again. Ever.
How are you?
I'm going. I'm telling mom.
We gotta work together in December.
I'm telling mom.
All 3 of us.
Now? Well, this is it. This is it.
This is
Technically.
December.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
And this
we
is
are
us working
Today was the
together
first, today
right
the
now.
first?
Yeah.
Today's first, yeah.
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 Ooh,
Jesus.
we got him.
12-1.
Got him.
19.
Okay, so for those who don't know,
Lottie
just
child
what he's
support
talking
check
about
come through on
earlier,
the
just
12th.
to ramble for the next 60 minutes, the first piece. I ran into Sin because I knew my girlfriend, Kayla, who knew Sin. No, not Sin. Fuck, Preach.
Preach. There you go.
No, she knew Sid.
I don't think she knew you at that time.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I don't know if
ask
she
me.
knew you, but she knew Preach because she'd been to the doc a couple times, so she must have
wasn't
known
the
you
doc.
too.
You tell the story wrong every time.
Well, she's met you at UTA, I believe.
That
That's
wasn't
No?
UTA.
What?
No.
Okay, do you want to tell the story? Shit.
Because
like-
y'all told because y'all told the story last time wrong, and I was just sitting there watching the interview
Okay, okay.
oh man,
He's referring to episode 1 of the SYLA podcast.
Go watch
The
it.
best episode
Please,
of all
It is
time.
down-
Please
that is the funniest episode.
tell
The
us
episode
the
I hosted.
truth
Episode
I'm
1
just
was
saying.
as to how we came to know each other.
So here's what happened, right?
Go,
so
go.
I do like that.
Malcolm
episode.
X got shot.
Wow. Wow,
I'm
we're going
just-
way back. Okay.
No,
Okay.
what was it? There used to be man. What is it? 2020?
Take your time.
2019.
Get it together.
Sin is like the time is 11:45.
Right. We never gonna get
11:45.
this story out. 'Cause, you know what I'm saying?
Okay,
Please,
either way, I know my girlfriend. My girlfriend knew Preach. I came back from Kathmandu and I was like, I want to make music in some capacity. I want to make rap, but I also want to work with poets. So she was like, you should work with Preach. So I was like, all right, let's meet Preach. Sometimes he's at the doc, cool. Went to the doc, saw him a few times. It was in passing. Got in touch with him somehow. I don't even remember.
He DM me on
And then we decided to join in on the Third Thursday group thing that you started.
Wrong.
I believe you and Sin started. Okay,
Wrong.
then tell the story.
Sin
then. Shit. Fuck.
started Third Thursdays. He came to me.
Okay.
I was trying to mind. Don't touch me. I was trying to mind my own business. You gotta tell. You
That sounded
set
like
your
the sound
personal
of Dr.
boundary. The holidays just passed.
I
For
was
those
telling
who
you
toxic,
not to
don't touch
fucking
me,
add
don't touch
the-
me. The holidays.
He adding sound effects and shit.
The holidays just passed. Please, if you have toxic family, set your boundaries. But no,
Public
bro,
announcements.
Sid-
All podcast episodes through. All right.
Seeing started Third Thursdays, Lottie DM'd me, and I was like, well, yeah, we should join Sergio Tobar on it. And
That's why I don't give people my government name.
hey,
This is the
nephew.
every
Hey,
episode
nephew.
I've been
Hey,
on.
nephew.
People have tried to
That's my
shout
nephew.
out my
Yeah.
government name.
That's my
I'm
nephew.
sorry
right
to
there,
whoever
man.
has to hear this. I'm just gonna be cackling for like an hour.
Yeah,
'cause
yeah.
that's all
Anyway.
these dudes do.
Oh,
All they
whenever
clown.
I hear your name though, man, I think about a new person. Like,
Like it's a
Completely
whole
different.
other.
Yeah,
I
like-
have separate identities
Oh, wow.
for separate purposes.
oh shit.
you
Take
know.
notes. I'm taking
Yes.
notes right now. Separate identities. Continue the story for you.
No, that was it. No,
That was it?
Y'all,
Okay.
y'all just showed it to my house.
So well, we
Y'all-
joined
y'all-
up
y'all
and
had
then we
beef for
met
like 4 hours.
successfully for like
Ate all my
maybe
food,
3-4 months. And then we all just got busy with stuff to do. Now I've met up with Preach.
Me and
talked to him
Martell are
about it.
still meeting regularly.
Hey,
right?
wow.
Right.
Yeah.
I see.
By the
Like,
way,
I see
we have the
Martell.
meeting
By the
every
way.
month,
Anything, I see Martell.
and it's just me and
consistently.
Martell.
How y'all gonna make me feel bad on my own podcast about it?
Because
Martell
you don't
be
go
there
see
before
Martell.
me.
You gotta go.
Yeah.
You need to check in with Martell.
and that's rare.
I started working with him
Yeah.
on Sundays consistently. Hey, so I'm like piecing it together. I try to see you on a consistent basis. I've seen you like twice this month, or technically last month. Seen you twice.
I think once.
Bro, it's twice.
When was your birthday?
27th
Of October.
October.
Yeah, I didn't see you. I only saw you one time in November.
No, one time.
Happy
in
birthday, by the way, which
Thank
I
you.
did not get a chance
Appreciate
to
that.
do.
Turn
29,
50.
about to turn 30. It's about to be over for me.
Second son
You know?
status.
It's like, wow. Okay. First son, by the way, is apparently A. Michael Lee, if he's listening.
Man, if you don't talk about your real
Broom, broom, broom.
But yeah.
But
Let
yeah.
me let me talk about it. You know, crazy. Yo,
Okay,
these
okay.
3 individuals right
Mhm.
here is the homies, bro. Every time we link up, we get to talking about the actual factuals.
Don't
So
touch
the
me.
whole so the whole reason of us doing this podcast together is to give everybody a bird's eye view into what we really get to talking about: carburetors, second sons,
Wow.
award-winning girlfriends. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? All that type of
For,
stuff.
for sure. For sure. That's definitely.
Whose girlfriend's won an award?
What carburetors are we talking about here?
I'm looking at you, Martell. I don't know what he's talking about.
No shout outs, baby. No shout outs.
No shout outs. But what we have been doing for sure, I don't know what carburetors he's on, but we've all
Y'all
been
really want
doing
me to get
gigs
into that?
of some sort. We're going to get into later. Through all sorts of gigs through DFW. So Sin and Preach are both poets. They both have stuff that they've been doing out in the community. I've joined them a couple times for gigs that they've done. Not sure if it was this year or last year. Time just honestly flies by me. I'm an artist. I do a lot of stuff at just like venues, play guitar for Famous Exchange. I play music in Iggy Meji. I do rap stuff whenever I get the chance to. Martell is
Yep.
in his own exhibition room,
Yes, sir.
putting out his own stuff right now in his content. Can you tell him some more about that?
Yeah, balance.
Balance.
Balance. It's kicking off in the December 3rd. That's when I'm like moving everything that I have at the moment into a spot in Plano.
Why you drink so loud, bro?
That was loud, right? Need to have the globe caption
It's gonna be
next
a
to
good
him.
one. This is gonna be a good one.
So
Dude,
that joke.
I know y'all on the podcast heard that. Y'all heard that. Y'all heard that gulp.
It's gonna be a good one.
Sin is,
Oh, I can't
Sin is
wait.
actually the only one on this podcast doing exactly what he said he was. He's literally
Martell,
like
go back
every
to
5
your
minutes,
show,
he's
bro.
punching the time in, like for real.
It says 8:10 while you drink so loud.
Nice, nice.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
It's on the timestamp, all right?
Okay.
Just in case I need to revisit it when I'm making clips.
Good.
Okay.
Martell,
That's
man.
classic.
That's-
golden
that's-
right
Don't
there.
let Lottie do
actually-
you like that, Martell. Don't let
That's
don't let Lottie
golden.
do you like
That's
that.
I never do him like that. But that literally speaks to Sin's character as a business person. Like he's already thinking like 5 steps ahead.
On point.
Like he's already like, all right, how am I gonna market this moment of why you drink so loud? Is it memeable? Can I make
If you need somebody to tell you that your event sucks, send or do it.
He'll do that for like only if you pay him though. Like
Oh,
a
yeah,
percentage.
Only if you pay me.
Only.
He doesn't work for free.
I don't do free consultations.
Or pluckers.
I wish
Oh,
I wish
oh,
we could put him in a
or food.
Oh,
Mm.
pluckers.
Yeah.
No, not food. Pluckers.
Dude, Pluckers wings
Y'all
aren't
laughing
that
at
good.
Pluckers, but I'm about to get free birthday
Pluckers.
meal at Pluckers.
I mean, all the promo you do for 'em.
Every year,
Every show.
you go in there on the week of your birthday and you get a free meal.
Well, anywhere it does that. Red Robin does that too.
They're
But it's not
disgusting.
Pluckers
But-
though.
Pluckers are not that great, bro.
Tell them that.
They're not that great,
You're blasphemous.
bro.
You know, I already know.
Bro,
Yo,
pluckers
wait,
are not.
gentlemen,
they're
gentlemen.
not.
First of all, pluckers
All right,
is, not
wait a
pluckers
minute,
are.
gentlemen. I feel a certain type of way now
Preach to him, Martell.
because
That's right, Pastor.
we're talking about we were talking about an up and coming
A show that we
show.
all on.
artist
That we got to
visual
sell
artist.
tickets for.
Then we got up to chicken wings,
Oh wow.
pluckers.
Wings or flats.
But January 14th
Drums are flat.
January 14th is the night of the show.
Is the night of the show,
And there's pluckers.
and it will be extended. There
Stop.
may be catering.
Mm.
Good idea.
By pluckers.
Yeah.
It will be extending
It'll be some
to
chicken.
February.
It's gonna be some chicken. Ain't it? It's gonna be
13th.
some chicken. You gonna have some chicken.
will be the end of the show.
You gonna have some
Are we
chicken.
recording another
Free
episode
chicken
after this
wings.
throwaway
Yeah,
episode?
3 20-minute
Okay.
segments.
3 20-minute segments we can
I
remind
feel
people
like
about
when we
it.
got
performing
in
here, right?
Oh
here,
yeah, for sure.
Are you gonna perform?
Nah.
Oh man.
Martell, what is balance all about? You
gotta hit
haven't
'em with-
explained
you
the
gotta hit 'em with the
concept of
piece.
your art show.
What is balance all about? To me,
Yes.
everybody has their own perspective.
Mm.
But for me, having your focus, your core. I would say 4 things that you have in your life, and you build on top of that. You have the choice now to add to it or take away from it. So your 4 things: your job, family, friends. What else? Eating at Pluckers. You know what I'm saying? That's your base right there, your everyday life. And what you add on top of that, you can have the choice to balance that out or take away some shit.
Now,
You know
what
what I
type of
mean?
pieces are you showing at this art show?
Everything that depicts what balance is, you know what I mean? I have some pieces that for men and women that having all those things that you just seeing in one visual. You know what I mean? So you have y'all just gotta check it out.
Well, I mean, what brought it about? Because I think this is the first time I've seen you do like a themed show.
Right.
Like around one central theme. I may be wrong, but this is the only one I know of. So what brought about the sudden, I'm going to do everything around this topic?
Well, it's not sudden though. It's not sudden.
Right.
All my joints have been themed. It's just it's about my life. You know what I mean? And I feel like what others can relate to too. You know what I'm saying? Everybody needs balance.
I feel that.
You know.
That's one of the bigger things that like I honestly really struggle to do, man. I like to take on a lot of things. Keeping it very balanced is like hard for me because I'm trying to stay engaged, and I think like maybe in that I'm like escaping something, whatever, or just involving myself in art.
What are you
and
escaping, Lottie?
I don't know, bro.
That's something that you know what I'm saying.
But I feel like because there's a couple of things already kind of guiding me on the path to get some more balance. Like being in a steady relationship with Kayla is like definitely taught me about balance. Like, yeah, you gotta understand that like nobody's perfect, but also like you're not perfect either because you're everybody. So like the give and take and understanding like when you should be like upset with yourself about something that you didn't do, and then when to be like it's okay that I can't do this right now because like I'm doing all this other stuff. Like,
It's
there's
hard to
moments
find.
you gotta say no.
It's hard to find people who can even like have that real conversation, like what I can and what I can't do at the moment. Like being around somebody who allows you to prioritize what's really important, like legitimately, and not like the shit that we put airs on about. I think you be fucking with you choose your partner, and you be fucking with a partner that you can't even be real with. So it's like, damn, I can't be real with you. And
That's
do what I need
whole
to.
levels to that,
And
man.
I think I've been realizing I'm like kindred spirits with you because it took me like,
Because you kiss strippers in the mouth.
Oh my gosh.
does that mean Lottie kisses strippers in the mouth?
Oh my gosh.
I don't know.
We keep getting them in trouble with Kayla
Derailment.
every episode.
Every episode.
All right,
I've only
stop
been-
it.
The
This is
first
no
episode was
I've
You're not gonna
lady
get
with
me in
the
trouble
madness.
either. All right.
The man.
So
Oh, snap.
Yes.
Only wears a beard to hide the.
I-
the marks
stop
and
it. Stop
bumps.
it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. That's all I have to say.
Y'all gonna make him stop.
I
like, and just
saved your
go back to
car
the
from total
timestamps.
destruction once, and we can tell that story
What'd you
later.
say?
I saved your car from like total destruction once.
Hold up. You gotta tell him. You gotta.
Oh!
But before we tell that story,
No.
let me finish
You
this
made
thought.
me waste.
Let me finish this.
You made me waste my cane sauce.
I'm finishing a
You
thought.
made me waste my cane sauce.
Okay.
That's what happened.
So much like the car that got in our way, this story is cutting off the conversation we were having. So we're on our way to do a show.
Yeah.
For some reason, I'm driving at some point in the
No,
journey.
We know why you're driving.
We're going because we were going a long ways, and it was my turn to drive.
No, because we were driving to Waco. That's why you were driving.
Okay. So
Tell the truth.
we're driving through Waco or to Waco?
Gotta
No, we were
correct
driving
everything.
through Waco.
Through, right? Because we're going to like
Pflugerville. Then we got racially, we got
passed-
racially
we passed
profiled in when we got there
Yo.
while we were walking on the side of the
You gotta- you
highway
gotta say the P
for
in there.
tacos and Swishers.
Wait, you're getting ahead of yourself. We passed through.
I'm still mad about that.
We passed through Pflugerville.
No, we passed through
Pflugerville.
Waco. and
Somebody
we
in
switched.
Pflugerville is listening to like, how fucking dare you? That's not how you say it.
Oh my god.
All right,
Pluckerville.
go ahead, man.
P is silent.
It's
Pflugerville.
Pflugerville. So we were on our way to Austin to do a show with Wayne and Melania.
It was
It was my turn to drive.
We were on our way to
I'm driving. We pick up Canes. All right.
Mm.
Preacher's in the back seat, about to enjoy his Canes tenders. and I'm
Toast.
going through a light.
Toast.
I'm going through a light.
Had the salt.
I had the right of way, but
Right,
mind
right.
you, I wasn't just like
It
crazy.
wasn't his fault.
Yes.
But I just wanted to set the situation. But I had the sauce like 90-degree angle to my eyes so I can watch. As
I think
the
it's
toast
telling
and
like that the
tenders.
sauce was more important to
It
him
wasn't.
than
It
the
was
car.
very. It was very
Because
important.
we almost crashed. So I'm like driving through this intersection. The car cuts me off. I like hit the brakes, smash the brakes. The car goes past me, and then I like keep on
And
about my
half
way.
my cup of cane sauce went on the back of my seat.
And instead of saying like,
And
thank
everyone
you for
knows
not,
you need a full cup of cane sauce with those 3 tenders.
Bruh,
And I get the kiddies meal because it's cheaper.
Canes
But
may sponsor you after this.
because you're childish.
yeah, I'm childish. I'll take that. I am childish. But
To this day, he has not let me live it down. He's like more upset about the sauce than the fact that I feel like I
You
should
would
have.
have. You.
If
you
the
would've-
car hit us, we still would have spilled the sauce.
we got paid too, though.
Okay. He would have been spending his
Okay.
insurance money on
There was
Cane's,
a- there was
is
a-
basically. So
Oh my god.
while before the show, we were on our way to get tacos because he was hungry again. And we're like
Hey, no,
walking
no,
to
no,
this
no.
gas station.
You were getting tacos.
I was hungry.
getting Swishers.
I was hungry.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Then we
We're
got
walking to the store and then somebody just like pulls up on us.
random ass lady
And
with her,
go-
with her badass.
What did she
kid.
say?
Did you pick up a phone in the movie theaters? Bitch, we ain't going to motherfucking movie theaters.
I
Damn.
had to step away from the mic to say all that expletive. Right
I'm
there.
just saying, man. Does it look like we was going to the motherfucking movie theaters?
Profile.
We walk in the opposite way. We about a half a mile
This
away
has to
on
be-
the side of the road. It ain't like it's just us on the road. It's a bunch of cars going by.
Yeah.
But it's this tall ass 6'3" black dude, this 5'11" Hispanic dude, and this 5'11" black dude.
Why you
Like,
put yourself at 6'3", bro?
no,
No,
Wayne.
it was Wayne.
Oh, Wayne. Oh, okay.
Wayne.
I was like, bro, you just put yourself at
Don't touch me. Don't touch
like,
me.
you know you're not that tall, bro. Don't
No,
don't
and you
lie
gonna
with a
stop and you
podcast.
gonna ask, and you gonna ask us out of everybody there, everybody in the 1 mile vicinity of the movie theaters.
1
Did
mile
you
vicinity.
Did you pick up a phone in the movie theater? If we picked up a fucking phone, you think we would tell you we picked up a fucking phone?
I'm titling this episode "Profiled in Pflugerville."
Yes, I mean I'm down
That's
for
what
that.
I'm naming this
I'm down for
timestamp
that. 'cause
right
I
here.
swear to
Hold
God,
on.
bro,
With
she
with
definitely
Preach's
was gonna
thumbnail.
catch it. She definitely was gonna catch it. But hey, but then he started. I want to say he started speaking
Pro-
Spanish or something. He
Profile.
seeing this.
But we
something
just
gotta,
said
like,
no.
We kept
But we gotta
walking.
spell it like.
I just said no. I just said no, we did not.
In
And then we went to get tacos.
Yeah, well, I got my guards and I was happy.
All right, I'm serious.
So,
Let's
anyway-
take a short break real
Wait.
quick.
Are we out of time? Do we have
we-
like a,
it's the
we got
first
30
20
seconds.
minute segment.
So I still want next time when we come back, I still want to tell you that we
Alright.
are kindred spirits.
Okay,
and
yes,
I'm a
that's
very
where that's
Hey,
that's
you
where
guys
we
are
got
so
lost
off
in the
that
sauce.
All right, we have finished our left turn. We have avoided the collision,
Mm-hmm.
and now we're back
No pun intended.
on track.
But we
our
will get on
conversation.
track back to the conversation.
Jesus
It's a
Christ.
silent podcast.
Trying to.
We got Sin Spoken Word, Preach the Poet, and Martell. Love y'all. We'll be right back.
No ways. Air roster, the monster. Let him in. Yo. I'm chillin', sippin' Tito's. White liquor like I'm Rigo. Haters low-key feelin' the kid. All these do some pedos. Chip on my shoulder like I rock a bag of Fritos. Keep these peons shook like they mojitos. I'm far too cold. What the fuck is my pico? Mary Jane's flowers to my love. There is no equal. My eyes hella red like I am evil. But all my bitches batting about the green like I'm dragging. All my homies got the packs in. All my niggas stacking. Don't mistake my affirmations for arrogance. I go hard like I'm sediment. And if it ain't evident,
that these dudes ain't Samaritans. They always tryna jack it like a Leatherman. Maybe cause I'm too cold, like Neo got the new code. Sans the Leoco, you know I go loco for blunts and some brews though. Shoulder be on Uzi like secretion, this mojo. Shit I cannot teach it, nor can I preach it. You have to learn it from within, you gotta seek it, gotta hang it down, you gotta reach it. It may not be a season, may be the reason for all the suspense. If it ain't now, it just might be then. Get them groovy like the BGs, they throwing it back like tall tees. I am the new one, late night like Gundam, tune in Toonami, floor origami, all night drinking, I pass out, I come back for more like a zombie. Got these niggas shook like I'm 2012 Miran. Got hit in the courthouse commode, called that brain injury. They be trying to fuck with the beast, these boys just lames and furries. Real recognize real, boy your picture's blurry. Yeah, 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 yeah. Y'all ain't sunning nobody, y'all ain't kin to me. Only fuck with transparents, don't do frenemies. Rap deep, Beckham kicking shit, know how to bend a beat. Flow so fluid, y'all can't even misgender me. Y'all ain't sunning nobody, y'all ain't kin to me. Only fuck with transparents, don't do frenemies. Rap deep, Beckham kicking shit, know how to bend a beat. Flow so fluid, y'all can't even misgender me.
I got Targaryen ports, Valerian sword, equipped for battle. Why you always just staring at the floor? Careless where you go, barefoot to your toes. Appearing through your dome, the pairs that make your bone and dry. Rick Rosen, I'm bona fide hip hopping, born to fly in the cockpit with this watch that's never stopping. That's why I'm always rocking. BB looking awkward, but this night is just starting, so I'm stopping with my socks. I'm Mike Tyson boxing, Mike sighted cross it, shine like a comet. I've been light and stop it. My guy charging final breath at this test. I guess I'm going all in. Fuck it.
Y'all ain't sunning nobody, y'all ain't kin to me. Only fuck with transparents, don't do frenemies. Rap deep, Beckham kicking shit, know how to bend a beat. Flow so fluid, y'all can't even misgender me. Y'all ain't sunning nobody, y'all ain't kin to me. Only fuck with transparents, don't do frenemies. Rap deep, Beckham kicking shit, know how to bend a beat. Flow so fluid, y'all can't even misgender me. Y'all ain't sunning nobody, y'all ain't kin to me. Only fuck with transparents, don't do frenemies.
Ma'am, it is ma'am. You need to settle down and mind your business, okay? Ma'am, once again, ma'am.
I said both of you.
No, you said sir. Once again, it's ma'am.
I actually said both of you guys. It was general.
Right beforehand, you fucking said sir.
Sir? Okay.
Motherfucker, take it outside. If you want to call me sir again, I will show you a fucking sir.
Welcome back to episode
Wow.
4 of the SYLA podcast.
Every time.
That's my thing, all right?
Every time.
So we were talking about
You
kindred
catch-
spirits
don't
before you
catch
guys get off
Sin
track
at the
again.
Doc
Don't
Bookshop off of Meadowbrook every other Tuesday.
Don't support this
The
guy.
only, was it the only black bookshop in Fort Worth?
The only one I know about.
How is
so.
he not black, but he's running it as the host most
Sin
of
is
the
All
time?
brown.
right.
He's POC.
Yeah.
We can say
Yeah.
Sin POC.
We can.
Yeah.
Do you
Not
agree,
literally,
Dennis?
but like, you know.
Etika would shoot us if we didn't. Etika would shoot us if we didn't.
Looks pretty
Yeah.
white to me.
Oh shit.
You know what I'm
In
saying?
complexion, but not.
You said not
Cállate los hocico.
There's a black spirit.
Y'all
Speaking of spirits,
Spirits.
No.
I need to be
There you
calling
go.
my spirits.
Tangent. I
I
thought
just
y'all
be
were going
calling
somewhere
my
else, but y'all
spirits.
No,
y'all transitioned me
Kodak
back
We
to
got to
kindred
get back
spirits.
to this kindred
We're talking
spirit
about kindred
story.
spirits,
Okay,
gentlemen.
Yes.
All right.
Kodak.
kindred spirits.
I feel like I don't even want to talk about it anymore.
Kindreds.
I feel like I'm a kindred spirit with
Just don't pay him any
Yeah.
attention. Just ignore him. This is
Tunnel vision.
scary
I'm good
guy.
at that. All right.
Tunnel vision. Tunnel vision.
What do you say?
Tunnel vision.
Tunnel vision.
It's easy.
I got you, Sin. Look at me. Sin, look at me.
All right.
I relate to Lottie because I feel like I try to take on a lot of things. It's easy for something to like catch my attention, and I try to do a little bit of everything. So I have to prioritize and not do certain things because when you go back, like I think it's all about taking time out to like analyze, like, all right, these are the things I'm doing. How well or how much time or how much am I accomplishing in these areas?
For sure.
And what's most important right now? You know what I mean? Because you can't be doing shows and writing and marketing and pursuing 80 other hobbies, as I feel like we both want to do at the same time.
Well, you can. It also just helps to have like a partner or someone that you're teaming with that can like help you
Right.
with those to balance it. So for me in Famous Exchange, Marcus is that person.
Balance.
So I want to do like all the gigs and all that stuff
Right.
and everything. And then Marcus is like, well, if we're trying to get an EP, we should do this first.
Yep.
This is how we should go about it to promote it. This is what we should be practicing towards and whatever. So like he's got that structure part down, and then I just kind of like understand and like do the balance from it. So I'm learning how to say no to shows.
Yeah.
And that's like part of that balance
Yeah.
thing too. But for me, it's kind of awkward because I don't want to feel like,
An asshole.
yeah.
Do y'all feel
Yeah.
like? Do y'all feel like
or
that's
losing
creative?
out. Oh, come on, bad.
Or like
You
you
good.
losing out because you never know who's at a show, right? You never know who like
Yeah.
is looking out. You never know who might feel really cool about you, who might share something that
I lost my
eventually gets really picked up. You never know.
Do y'all feel like as creatives, it's like trying to balance that like that business mindset and that creative mindset? Like y'all think that's like a big struggle.
Mm-hmm.
I think
feel
so.
like as a poet, you have to straddle that line differently than I do.
Like, so
Like, cause like the way that you prepare and the way that you get ready, you have to kind of think about it and feel it. Like maybe as an artist, like as a musician, when I'm playing a song, I can play a song and just like play the song.
Mhm.
But I feel like to perform a poem decently, you have to like be in the zone of feeling it more often. And like maybe in that way it interacts with all the other stuff that you do too. So like I don't know if I would be able to compartmentalize as a poet the message and be able to do the stuff that I do as an artist now.
Pause. Spit some.
All I know is that you're beautiful. You've been working on being you to the full. Most talk about the moon in its full, but what about the crescent? See, there's many sides to you that I'm enjoying being around, you well-shaped figure. You even popping when you have, yet most talk about you in its full when there's many sides to you that are bloom in its season, sunflower. You shall never be plucked by unholy hands. And even then, may your roots run deep enough that it requires me to work harder to get to your core. I'm digging on you.
Ooh. Cool.
All right.
Those of y'all who didn't know, Martell also spit some poetry.
With the he'll stab you in the neck with a motherfucking pencil. Don't fuck with him, cause that boy
Not
like
literally.
gunning.
Not
With
literally.
a
I would.
pencil.
Nah, I wouldn't do that.
What did we all?
A blunt pencil.
What
a
did we all
brand new
say
one
about-
too.
What did we
It's
all
not
say about
hard.
turning down shows? Where did we get to on that?
Oh, man.
I don't know. Like, so I was talking about turning down shows and how I feel weird about it because you also never know who's watching. Like,
Yeah.
you never know which crowd member you're supposed to see that will eventually share on their social media the stuff that will
Yeah.
get seen by someone that needs to be seen. But then again, if you chase that forever, it's
You
like
can't
there's-
leave. You can't leave your whole career up to like
For sure.
chance and fairies
For
and shit.
sure, you have to be doing what you're doing to like
Consistently.
consistently to kind of keep that steady to balance. So
You know.
I'm just kind of getting used to that, and it's cool to be part of different projects so I can still express myself in ways that I can't.
Right.
So whatever I can't do with Famous Exchange, I can still do with Carlos, and the two stuff that we're doing is just rap, or with Iggy Meji as a duo. That's still kind of growing in its own right and doing different things. And I really need to get recording in.
And I think that like the thing about being an artist is like having any other business. It has like different departments, but you're doing every department yourself. At least in the beginning, for sure.
the beginning.
So like any other business would have like a product development stage,
Mhm.
a marketing stage. You know what I mean? Accounting, all kind of things that are going on.
Mm-hmm.
But while you're out doing shows, you're marketing your product, but you're not working on your product. So you have
you're
to,
an accountant.
yeah, and you have to be
Yeah.
an accountant. So you have to take time out to just work on your like putting new shit together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like
Yeah.
I think, and it's dope because with all of us here, like we all know how we kind of like we lean on each other for like both aspects of like creative and business side. I mean, I remember hitting up Sin one time and he put me on just to the spreadsheet game on just understanding what you can like write off on your taxes and stuff of being an artist and stuff. You know, doing free shows. You know, so getting back to the focus on like having to turn down shows because I mean I think the only reason we turn them down is because we feel like they don't help us. You know,
Yep.
they don't have
Yeah.
a benefit to it. But finding the benefit is always, you know what I'm saying, the best part about doing it because you never know. Like you said, you run into, I think most of my career, most of my biggest shows have always come at me not even knowing the person was in the crowd and like them just being like, oh shit, you know, who are you type shit.
For sure. Dude, excellent example happened to me this week. You know Ray?
No.
Singer? I feel like you know her. Okay. Either way, she
Well, I
asked me
gotta
to
know her.
record this song for her.
I know everybody, every little show.
I feel like I've talked to you about. If you see a picture, you might remember. Her name's Ray Alltrue. Totally awesome singer. I perform with her sometimes. She's working on her recording stuff.
What I'm talking about.
Yeah. She asked me to record. Whatever. She
Childish.
childish.
I didn't bring her up.
Childish. Hey, I'm trying to bring her.
All right, what's
Let me
up?
get through the example. But she asked me to do to record guitar for the song that we wrote together, And the person that she took us to go record it with is this guy who recorded the Grammy record for Yella Beezy. The one that Yella Beezy won a Grammy for. They just got a picture of it, like, on his Instagram. This dude's got, like, only 2,000 or so followers, or, like, 3,000 or 4,000. It's these people that you don't know about that are there that, like, I just meet that. Like, that guy has literally got a Grammy courtesy of Yella Beezy.
Yeah.
And I was in his studio recording, and I didn't know who he was. Like, so it's just kind of, it's nuts that way. And then I got to thinking about that, and this person on my Facebook put out an article of who the top 10 next acts that are supposed to explode out of DFW. Do you know anybody who's on that list?
I mean, Mo 3.
Who do you think? Mo 3?
Mo
Okay,
3.
he was on that list.
Was it Cash Doll on there? Or what's her name?
Cash Doll might have been on there.
Yeah, I mean, the locals on that, I mean, a couple of them, you know what I'm saying, we'll catch in the circuit. But, I mean, no, I don't listen to none of them.
I don't listen to any of them either. But, like, I feel like I want to cross that bridge and interact with those people and work with them.
But it's not natural.
But that's why it could be something different.
But
maybe.
it's not natural, though.
But like, I don't know. I feel like you might be surprised how, like, art. There's some of them that I was like, okay, they're doing trap music. It's gonna be that kind of music. They're not gonna have any use for me. But I feel like there were 2 or 3 on that list that, like, I listened to because the article came with videos and stuff that you could listen to them that I listened to, and I was like, all right, these are some people I could work with. It was weird. There was this guy called, like, Fat Pimp. Yeah.
Didn't he die?
No, I don't.
This the heavy set one, right?
He's not too heavy set, but it was like.
I know there was a rapper.
There was this chick called Tay Money.
I've heard of her.
And, like, it's weird, but she's kind of like our version of Cardi B.
Where's Melania when you need it?
Timestamps.
I don't remember the list, but I wrote it down, and I wrote this goal in my mind to go out and actually just kind of reach those people through some medium and see if I can work with them. Because you never know which one of them would actually be interested in, like, using my instrumentals. And all I need is, like, some breakthrough.
But I think that you can't just become successful by association. Like, even if, like, one of them did use it, like, okay, and then what? Like, that's like,
hey,
if you hit a lick on one song, like, that's still not, like, a maintainable.
But the money,
I think so.
Has
maybe not right in that moment, but it's gonna be some moment in time to where shit's gonna come. It's gonna come full circle,
but
Joe.
if you haven't built any kind of infrastructure, like, you're just relying on trying to, like, keep hitting a lick with, like,
no. I for sure have my infrastructure.
It's an unnatural creative process.
What do you mean unnatural?
Yeah, I've been wanting to expound.
Yeah, expound on that.
You or me?
You.
I mean, okay, for me, I mean, and
what is so wrong about me reaching out and saying, "Hey, Yella Beezy, I want to write some guitar pieces for you"?
Okay, I'm gonna speak from my point of view. You know what I'm saying? And I think, I think over this last 2020, I'll take the crown on that. I'm probably the only poet that's featured on about 10 plus tracks in 2019. You know what I'm saying? And just working with artists is like, there's some artists that I'll walk into the studio with, and it's like, you know what I'm saying? When I say it's like creatively, like it's so smooth. It's so smooth. I mean, we just recorded something last week, and like it wasn't even us recording. We were just in there doing what we always do. Yeah. And then I'll work with some artists where it's like, I want this, I want that, and it's like.
And there's a lot of artists that want the, like, cliche poet sound for for their song.
That died with Rumi. You know what I'm saying?
Like, a lot of them are like, I've heard mad artists, like musicians, tell me at plenty of shows, man, I've been looking for a spoken word artist. I think I'm gonna do something different and put some spoken word on the beginning. I'm like, well, you're like the 10th person to tell me this, the 3rd person to tell me this at this show tonight. So you're a little late to the party on that. And then it's just like, if you can't get in there, like, we could give you that verse. It's not a hard verse to recreate, but that's not what we wanted.
Yeah,
do.
at that point, you
that.
have other aspirations for where you want your art to be used.
Yeah.
You want to express it, right? And I feel that. So then what's unnatural about, like, asking to work? You do that. You do that whenever you ask. Or they ask you.
Right.
Then why does it feel unnatural? You said sometimes it feels natural.
To go to a rap artist or to go to an artist and say, I want to add my art to what you're doing. I mean, just like you said, like, we have a certain desire of how we want. We have a certain desire of how we want our art to be displayed, or what we want our art to be displayed next to. So it's like that heavy. It's kind of like that heavy ethical situation where it's like,
okay.
I'm not selling out, but I know I'm not doing what I want to do.
Gotcha.
You see what I'm saying? And if I'm not doing what I want to do, I can't even create in that type of.
I see what you're saying, but I think out of 10, maybe 2 or 3 might actually be doing something slightly different, or be,
Right.
or be open.
Right. And no, not saying that none of them are. It's just I know for a fact how I want to present myself and what lanes I want to present myself with.
For sure.
Thank you.
All right. So, what is the lens that you then ask that you present yourself for whenever you're working on the game? Like, what is it that you will absolutely not allow to be portrayed about yourself in a track or project? You don't want to be seen as.
I'll take myself out the situation. I'll take myself off the record. It's not I can't tell no one else how to create because I don't want nobody to tell me how to create. But there are things that I just won't. I won't get on the track with you if I know that you don't have a understanding of, you know what I'm saying, black culture and how it affects me or you. You know what I'm saying? If you have if you don't have a standard of how you talk about women on your track, it's a lot that I just silently pay attention to because I just know the type of stuff that I wouldn't put out.
Fair
so
enough.
if you put out something that I wouldn't put out, it's no point.
So,
But
real quick.
Yeah,
So, have you straight up put out something or worked on this track, listened to it back, and told the artist like, "Hey,
yeah,
take me out of that"?
I've done that. I've done that. I ain't gonna put out their name, but
But
it was just
Yikes.
But it was just because. Go ahead, Sam.
But I do want to also touch on the fact that, like, you know, like I was saying earlier, you know, you can't. Yes, you might go out and like happenstance across somebody, but that's gonna happen anytime you go out. In part, like, I just feel like there's like you can make a time for networking,
Yeah.
just like you can make a time for anything else. And a big part of networking, like I think what he's trying to get at is like authentic relationships. Like, would you genuinely
Yeah, that's what I'm about to
want to
ask.
work with? Like, the reason we keep working together is because I like the shit you make, and it inspires me to write to it.
Gotcha.
If not, it wouldn't. It would show in the product. Like, you can't
Exactly.
fake a good collaboration.
There's
For
an
sure.
artist out. I'm bad. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you
Martell.
good, G.
There's an artist named J-Bo out of Fort Worth.
J-Bo?
J-Bo out of Fort Worth. Unknown, not unknown. He's known, but he's not like he's known like on like a personal level where, like, you know what I'm saying, people who've been on the scene for a little while. Makes amazing beats. Been freestyling to his beats since I was in college. You know what I'm saying? And he just hit me up like, you want to work? Like, nigga, I've been waiting to work with you for like years.
But that's
it's like,
but that's the
but
thing.
I naturally created. He naturally inspired me. But Martell, you was about to say something.
But how do you know these things about someone without having that networking or that just building that bond off top? I think that comes
Vibes.
first and foremost, and then like, yo, I want to work with you.
Vibe. I mean,
You don't think you can approach someone with the notion of "I want to work with you creatively" first?
You
think
can,
got-
but
Not
why
off rip.
why would you have that cap if you know what I'm saying, want to lead with that? You know what I'm saying?
it puts a cap on it on a level, but like,
but
who
you
knows?
know off of like first instant, like Martell. I'm gonna use Martell as an example. Went into his art studio, and he has this amazing painting. Like, when I say amazing, like, this is the type of shit that you dream about. Type shit. Like, if Greek mythology was ever, you know what I'm saying, really done right in a movie type way, movie-esque way, this is what I think they would describe a god as. You know what I'm saying? And I walk into your studio and I see that off rip. I'm like, yeah, I'll fuck with him. Even though our mediums don't have an automatic fit to each other, it's like I know
You
somehow,
wanna
some
work in
way.
some capacity.
there's
It's like
gonna
it's like
be-
a personal relationship first before it's
not personal.
Okay,
It doesn't have to always be personal.
No, but I'm saying
our art-
you vibe with the
for you.
person
our
or with
art,
their
my
art.
art,
Yeah,
my
yeah,
art vibes with your
yeah,
art.
yeah.
But then, why can't I listen to a song or watch a video that this artist has done and then deem that I want to work with that person?
You can do
based
that.
off of
No, you can do that.
Okay, so you totally can then.
Yeah, I mean, because but like he said, he was initially inspired. I was initially inspired.
Inspired by it. You
There's
wasn't just
there's a
approached by
art
the-
there's an art mindset that we have, and there's a personal mindset that we have. Like, talking to Sin on the way up here, you know what I'm saying? He was like, yeah, there's people who know me by my art name, and there's people who know me by my real name. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole. Those are not say those are two different people, but those are two different parts.
Do you think
and
that's-
that one part can connect with somebody, and
Do you think that's why artists choose like the names that they do? Because I've never understood that like for myself. Like, I've never understood the need to identify myself as an artist outside of Lottie. I've always just thought of Lottie as the artist.
But I think everybody is different. Like, I think some people compartmentalize their life that way. Some people are like, all right, this is my artist section of my life. It's over here. And this is my personal, like, everybody doesn't just, you know what I mean? Like,
You decided to
and
make your
I think
sin.
it's like, I think it's telling in your personal life, if you like commingle like your partner with your friends, with your family very easily, then you're probably gonna be the type of person who's just gonna use your own name as your artist name, because you just have the one umbrella identity for your whole life.
Yeah.
Versus somebody like me, I kind of like, it just depends what circle I'm running in. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
I don't just mix people up. You know what I mean? Like, I don't.
So you mean I can't roll up to your crib like at just 2 a.m.
No,
for no reason?
don't do
No,
that.
please.
No, I will tell you that now. Do not do that, or his mama will come in the back door
And throw a
with some
chancla at you.
horchata in her hand, looking at you like you crazy.
But
You over here wearing sin. She
But
don't
what-
even know sin.
But what I'm trying to
She know
say
me,
is,
huh?
you don't have to connect with these like large name people. You already have people in your circle who are gonna be successful at some point, and like you don't realize until you've been doing it for a couple of years that you've already surrounded yourself with people who are doing big things. Because everybody's trying to move forward.
Yeah.
There's nobody trying to regress. So as
No.
long as you surround yourself with people who you vibe with and who you see have a work ethic, like I did a show with Martell before I knew him, like what was it, like 4 years ago.
Yeah, man.
And then we worked together like way later down the line. And we would just like hang out. If I see him somewhere, we talk and whatever. And like we were just cool. And then at some point we collaborated and did a
decided
show.
to make
And then we've been
music.
working together. But you don't have to like rush it. If you just connect with a person, like there's people that I met way back before they like started doing big shit. Now that I see him, I'm like, damn. Like
There's
they're-
people,
But-
there's
you know what I
people who
mean? Like
only
they're
work
out
with
here.
you-
Like there's people who are like
they'll only work with you. They'll only work with you almost to a certain extent. They'll only work with you, and I don't like to use this word, but they only work with you for the clout.
yeah.
Like there has to be like some form of like some sifting time for me to just let you. Are you here because you really fuck with me, or are you here because you
Sifting
Yeah.
you
time.
don't see my
and
name?
it's like if y'all have already
That's-
established a
that's the whole
relationship,
thing.
then
It's
y'all are
sifting.
both moving
Yeah,
forward.
yeah.
They might just be moving forward at a
shake
different
all the
pace.
ruckus
That could be
That's
a
out of the
dance
rib.
right there,
because you
though.
gotta know. Because you
All
gotta
right.
know.
But we gotta take a quick break,
got it.
and we'll be back for another third segment. And depending on how we feel about it, we might just
He's got
do
a
something
timer
else.
going
I
over
don't
there.
know.
should've
We might
been
have a
using this
political
timer for
segment going on.
timestamps.
Yeah, maybe.
Preach Does Politics coming back on the SYLA podcast, episode 4. I've been your host, Sin. We'll be right back after this message from our sponsors.
We are sponsored by Black and Mild Casino Pack
Pluckers.
and Pluckers.
My timestamps on this are all fucked up, by the way.
Please don't you worry, calm down and don't you fret. Please don't you worry, calm down and don't you fret. Sometimes those letdowns and have-nots are for the best. Sometimes those letdowns and have-nots are for the best. That doesn't mean that the heartaching isn't true. That doesn't mean that the heartaching isn't true. There is a message that your mind should walk you through. There is a message, please get that message. If the pain hasn't killed me yet, then I will be just fine. Air still fills my lungs, so I'll sing my song. Alright, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Your blood is pumping. It's time to start a brawl. Ooh, they drive you mad. You want to end it all. Wouldn't you rather make the children smile? May warm your heart and saddle you for a while. You realize that the pain hasn't killed you
Welcome back to episode 4 of the SYLA podcast.
Shut up.
If you'd like to become one of our sponsors and get your sticker on the laptop, send us an
Ruin the
email.
moment.
Backpack,
I like
hoodies, we take it all.
I like that. On point, Sam.
All right.
I'm scared to count the bodies from the babies who caught a flight with Epstein. I hope their souls flew from the red forest. I hope the blood on the leaves never touches their wings. The cracks in your concrete ceiling is the place where you'll place your signature on as a witness to seeing the first man on the moon. It was strange. They were all standing around smiling, taking selfies. They was live streamed in Cali, 2 blocks away from where Kodak stays. We were all waiting at the water, hoping her soul would drift back home. But her new choices washed away the notions of a father and father, baby. I just wanted to be the Picasso in your house, baby. Standing in your heart, I see the future. You got 2 new daughters telling the Esquire fathers that, Daddy, we have a Picasso in our house. Ain't no new baby pigeons around where I stay. But the government's cameras always seem to have a bird's eye view. Can't touch the pack if my mama don't break the seal. Signed, your local conspiracy theorist, Bootsy Collins, playing off-key in a brown band. Preach.
Ooh,
That was Preach spitting a poem, everybody.
On that note, Epstein didn't kill himself.
You know there is
Fight me, sin.
There is a forest.
But why are they blaming it on 2 black security guards? Did you know that?
Mm-mm.
2 black security guards.
Preach, I think this would be a perfect time for our Preach Does Politics segment.
All right.
You want
Turning it over to
you want to
Preach
rattle that
in the
cage
field.
nest?
Let's go.
Preach?
Oh no, we're gonna let Sergio open.
No, sir.
All right, but Sergio, do you want to spit a poem? Just kind of
Please.
This is all personal.
Please.
Do it.
Bro.
Hit him one
What?
time.
Golly, you
It's
don't
on you.
never spit. Oh.
It's on you, guys.
Martell already spat. He
Carburetor.
just
Spat.
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 Hey, spat.
If you
Spit,
gonna
spat.
you gotta press the
Spat.
button. You know the button ain't been
Damn it.
Oh, I'm telling you, I've been wondering, like, am I tripping or has he not pressed the button?
I done waste my whole peace sign.
You weren't recording the whole time.
Hey,
no
I thought this was okay.
Pause. Shh, pause. Sergio, spit.
What poem?
Spit that one poem.
Yeah, I know that one, right? This money's got me restless. What's going on? No rest, skipping breakfast, clock in, heart making exit, hard not to be selfish, trying to make the most out of all I was blessed with. Ain't no such thing as too much, not too much work, not too much in the purse, not too much written, not too much rehearsed, revised, reversed, reworded, repurposed. Rolling's too slow, I'm a skipping stone, skipping sermons, missing funerals, avoiding birthdays, calling belated like we ain't even related. If dreams die, retaliate, don't divide my days, subtract sleep and recalculate them. I'm the black lamb, sacrificial for judge, calibration won't budge. I'm impatient, feeling guilty for freedom. Got blood in the state pen. Why these white pens got more weight than mine? These statesmen ain't for the statesmen. Write blanket statements for a blank check, then sign away rights, sign away lives. Dealing with D's to the bakeries while I'm rhyming for a piece of some pie. Sin. As Preach would do at the end of his poems.
Yes, sir. You gotta tag it.
Tag it. You gotta
Y'all
tag
been
it.
working,
like,
Joe.
It'd be like, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? When you be writing, man, it's like, man, I'm writing in the corner and I'm like Method Man, dog. I'm writing so that all the niggas in the motherfucking stairwell can go, ooh. That's really why.
I'm just waiting on A. Michael E. to be ready to record that because that's going to one of his songs.
Ooh.
I'm saying, but that's how he said he used to do it. He was like, bro, I wasn't writing to get on. I was writing so that I can make everybody in the stairwell
Right
go,
for
ooh.
those who are around you.
Yeah.
Do you think that's still the model to fit in this day and
Hell
age, though?
no. It's a cloud chase. It's a cloud chase.
Okay,
like,
but wait, is that not fair? Because like whoever might be interested in your music is not necessarily the people who are around you. Like you could have fans in like a different country entirely. So
you're the only one who spit time in Nepal.
Hey, you went to fucking Canada.
place.
You went to Canada. Somebody flew your ass out to Canada. Had you met them?
Big time.
Did they know anything about your life when they hired you for the
time.
event?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. But that's still Canada.
I'm just saying you. Okay, I just feel like
Was it heavy?
I was expecting a no.
Was
I
it
just
Lottie?
feel
Was
like
it was it heavy?
yeah.
The goalpost you just moved.
I just feel like I mean,
Oh my God.
when you when I create, when I write, I don't be writing for nobody but myself type shit. Like I'm writing for like not the the pride in myself. Like shit, I wrote that shit. You feel me?
But I feel like Method Man feels the same if he feels that pride
But
comes from
if
people.
no one went ooh, if no one snapped, I'm still gonna write it. And I feel like he's the same way. He's still gonna write it. And I feel like there's a lot of artists out here who, if they don't get that immediate gratification, if they don't get that immediate response they were looking for, they'll quit. And it's like, then what was the point of doing it in the first place?
Fair enough.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
think there are things that like.
Have you met a lot of artists like that?
Go ahead, Sam.
I think there are things that like. There's definitely a section of my writing that is like just for me. And there's sometimes that I've like some of it, a small portion of it has been performed, and it's like been for other people a couple of times. There's some shit. There's like everything along the spectrum. There's some shit I might only want to perform once.
But you know,
for
though.
other people. I know.
But you know, like it'd be
Sometimes
like today. I can go in the person.
Or there's like a
bag
crowd.
today.
Like sometimes you won't perform it at a show, but you'll perform it in a cipher. There's like mad poems that I've written just for like when me and Preach and you and everybody get together and like have a cipher. There's poems that are just for that crowd.
I miss that.
Yeah, there's other poems.
I do.
There's other poems that are like for the general public, that are like my product, so to speak. But I think it all has its place, man. And when I write, like the writing process is whatever comes onto this paper is what we're leaving the day with. Like it's not filtered through anything. And then when I get into the manager hat and switch sides, then I can say, okay, this could be for me. This could be like to package and sell.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't have to, because when you create, you don't want to put filters or restrictions on anything. You just want to come out with what you come out with.
Because
you know what I mean?
You want it to be able to hit a broad market wherever it's going to click, it's going to click.
Well, not necessarily that, but you don't want to be feeling something and then think, well, this isn't going to sell, and then not write it.
True.
Because it's going to stop up everything behind it. You like a lot of people will be like not knowing what to write, and like I like to say a lot, like sometimes you don't know what to write because there's one thing you want that you're like thinking about that's like heavy on you, but you won't write about it. You're like avoiding it. But once you like,
because you need time. You need time to deal with it and understand.
But a lot of people feel like because they wrote it, they have to share it. And if you take that away, if you let people know, like you could write anything in the world and you could throw it away after, you don't have to ever share it. You don't have to do nothing with it. Then it like frees you up to put whatever on paper. Because what makes it to the stage still has to go through you.
True.
So when you write with that, like when you like, I even say like try to write a shitty poem because you could write one of those every day. Like write a bad piece or
so
just
there's
write
such
what
thing as a bad piece.
What? There's to me, okay? There's such thing as a bad piece to me. If I read my own poem and I'm like, this is ass,
right.
it's a bad piece.
I'm gonna give you a bad piece right now.
No.
I'm gonna recite
Sid is just
terrible
known
piece.
for.
ahead,
There's
Lottie.
no bad piece. I mean, there's no bad.
There's
piece.
no objectively bad poem, but if I think the poem is bad, then it's bad to me.
My arms
but you
feel
can think it's great.
like legs.
Oh,
My
fuck.
knees feel like paper. Sweats on my soul.
We know you open beer bottles like this. After saying that, I know for a fact you open beer bottles with your elbows.
Oh shit.
I'm just playing.
Martell, what
okay.
about your creative process?
Yeah.
Man, I look.
What do you have any rules? Do you have a specific place you go? Do you have like a specific mind state you need to get into?
As far as like just creating, just in general, but on the thing of writing, I write for myself. But I would love for somebody to hear it, you know what I mean? And I use not only myself as a filter to see what's good and what's bad, I use others for that shit too.
What are you looking for when you want to read it to them?
I'm looking for that ooh. You know what I'm saying? That
ooh.
That stank face, you know what I mean? I'm looking for some snaps. I'm looking for some type of reaction, you know what I mean?
You want people to feel something.
Yeah. And also, I write for others, too, whenever I speak in parables, like relatable shit. So I take what that seems like the stars and moons and everything like that. I put it together to where it's concrete enough to where you understand it as well. You know what I'm saying?
My references be hella wild, so I can agree with that. Like I know it's certain things that I'll say in front of a specific crowd, and it'd be like I know they're not gonna get it. And it'll be like things I'll be like, okay, I really want to spit this poem because I know they're going to get it. Like when I perform in front of older people, I'll be looking to perform in front of like 40-year-old people because half my references be like 80s and back.
For sure.
80s.
But I think
can
that's
see
also a
that.
big thing.
The
Like once it's
cougars.
past the filter of like,
Cougars.
I'm going to perform this for people, then it goes to like, you can't just perform it in front of one group of people.
Yeah.
You got to like test it out in different places because I've
Yeah.
done poems that like just fail.
That's right, Candy. That's right, Candy. Keep talking, Candy.
Whatever, man.
What is candy?
Oh, Miss Candy is she is the matriarch of the poetry community right now. Through the slam circuit, she's opened up multiple opportunities for tons of Dallas poets. Kind of just changing the game. You know what I'm saying? Definitely changing the game and providing the ability to find a life and make a livelihood off of the poetry game in so many different ways. But that's the boss. She's the she's the leader of Dallas Slam right now. You know what I'm saying?
That's pretty cool, man.
Dope
Yeah.
woman.
Okay, real quick, Dennis, can you let us know when we have like 5 minutes left?
We're there now.
All right,
I
we
think.
at
No, we
5
got
minutes
10.
now.
We got like
We got
9. We
10.
got 9.
All
We
right.
got 9. We got
Last
9.
5 minutes is gonna be straight up all shout outs to everybody that we know.
Jesus.
It's the way that we gotta close
I'll
out.
got
say
10
the
minutes
shout
left.
outs then. I
But
will say
since
the shout
someone
outs.
didn't ask me about my creative process,
Dang.
I was
y'all
getting
don't
there.
give a
Nobody
shit.
cares.
Wow. Words hurt, preach. Words sting. Okay. I feel like as a Why are you laughing so?
That's a
I'm
poem.
not
That's a
gonna
poem right
let
there.
him act like he's like he really feels some type of way. Like Lottie know, bro. Lottie
Okay.
ugly is seen ugly. Let's just put that out there, just so we can get that on the table, so we ain't gotta wait for nobody.
All right,
else
all
to
right,
say
all right,
that.
all right. Lottie,
How do
what
you-
is your?
How do you
guys?
create Black
How do you
Luffy?
create? Lottie?
How do you
All
create?
right, I feel
Lottie?
like as
Have
a
you always been an
guitarist,
artiste
I've always created this
Always.
before, but it's always kind
Always.
of been
from the womb?
it's been
From the time,
it's been imitated.
Since you were
the time your
created,
mama saw your daddy,
you were
It's
created.
been imitated
That's
and
deep.
I
part.
slept with her during the James Brown concert.
Oh
That's
my
deep.
God.
That's
Gentlemen,
deep.
gentlemen,
Yeah.
focus,
Go
focus.
ahead.
All right, so as a kid, it was always
second son.
visual. As a kid, as the second son, yes. It was always visual. So I always did like drawings and all that stuff. That's my first initial thing. I would look at comic books. I thought that looked cool. I would try and recreate that. Sometimes I would recreate my own. Sometimes I would just draw it from it and see how how the techniques went together.
Yeah.
So I kind of learned art from a copy-like perspective to start. When I got to guitar, it didn't really take a lot of copying. But the good news is, as an artist that plays a guitar, I can always hide behind my creative process in the sound of the guitar itself. Like writing the lyrics and like feeling the message the same way like a poet does is different for me.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Where was that point where you went from copying to being like, okay, now I just want to solely like create off of my own thoughts? Where was that cross?
Like I don't know if there's ever been a moment that way. As far as like with music, with guitaring, it always was. Like I wanted to play stuff like John Mayer, and I still in some way play sounds like John Mayer. At least that's what I'm aspiring towards, even though I'm growing to learn like what I think sounds good. But as far as like making a specific leap to just make music inspired solely on my own, it's hard to do. Because as a guitarist, anything that you play, it's been written before. Like someone has played it. Maybe they haven't put it together with this cadence. Maybe they haven't put it together with this message, in this style, in this tempo. But like everything that musically can be done has probably been done in some capacity. You know, like all you can do is take a different cut and strip and put it together. So it's like your own collage. And it helps to do that with a whole band of somebody doing something completely different because it's not me on the drums. Somebody doing something completely different because it's not me on the bass. If I just wrote a song from start to finish, I don't know how I'd feel about that. Like I'm working on that because I want to put out this folk album where it's minimal and it's just a lot of guitar and me.
A lot of sound.
Yeah, to just try and capture a different kind of sound. Because if you listen to the first thing I put out on Spotify or major streaming platforms, the album Nexus, it's like 3 different sounding songs. They all-
Download it.
Bro, don't go find it. It sounds like garbage. It sounds like trash.
Yo, going through your old YouTube.
The best thing
videos
that came
is
from
funny.
that is Superman is
Yeah.
something special, and I covered that with Famous Exchange now, and it sounds way better with the full band. When I went in to record those songs, I didn't even have instrumentals. But
As an artist, are you scared of yourself?
as an artist, am I scared of myself? Nah, I think there's too much enjoyment to be had in just like making stuff. Just making stuff that someone hasn't heard before. Or stuff that makes people go, ooh. You know, I won't lie, some of that is in there, but I don't write it for that purpose. I write it, and then I play it, and people go, whoa, I didn't know you could do that stuff. And I'm always still like super critical to where I don't believe them.
You got a song with a Iggy Magic song that I love, but I cannot seem to remember the name of it right now. You performed it when we did the Rick show. Remember that show?
Was it the great one? I just want to be great. Was it?
Did you have a song that's really good?
I
and
keep
y'all wrote it?
running back to you.
Have you guys watched? This is gonna seem
Rick and
way
Morty?
out of left field, but I'm gonna bring it back around.
Rick and Morty?
On one of the newest episodes, Rick goes, "Your applause mean your boos mean nothing to me. I've heard what you clap
Applaud
for."
you, yeah.
Oh.
But it made sense. It made so
mad
much
sense.
sense.
It
It's like
did.
cancel culture ain't shit, nigga. I seen motherfuckers you cancel. You cancel me, nigga. I'm in the good crew.
But not even that. Like you'll
Wow.
be in an open mic and you'll hear somebody you don't. Some be fucked up. You hear somebody you don't think is that great, and you'll hear the crowd go crazy. For them.
Everybody at the dock, you have
It's
to
a
find
clout-
out who he's
it's a
talking
clout
about.
show.
shit.
I've been to a million
Everybody at
open
the
mics.
dock.
This could have been
Look,
any time in the
He's gonna
last
walk
4
around with the
years.
clipboard, no names on that bitch now.
Nobody at the
Like
open
Sim
mic
is
where I
talking
make
about me.
money. No one there. Okay.
You heard how you said it right.
But you'll hear
Open
like
mic that I
Go
make.
fuck with Sin's money.
no one where I make no one. Everyone that helps me get paid is great. All right. Now
Nice. That's nice.
Had to
mindset.
say that.
you'll hear
That's a
you'll
PR
hear
move.
somebody that you're like not feeling at all, like at all. Not even like, oh, it's subjective. It's just like they're just trash. But you'll hear the crowd go crazy for it.
It's
So then when you get up and they go crazy for you, you're like, well, am I really dope?
It's the same way
They have
when
low
you
standards.
when
Yeah.
you see women listen to like acts like the baby and all them, and they be like ignorantly calling them bitches and hoes. It's like I don't even the way the consumer's mind works. It's all off of what sounds good and what connects to me.
So you
and
don't
my
like the
mindset.
baby. That's all I'm hearing. That's all I'm hearing.
Hey,
You
free
trying
my
to
nigga
just
Bill.
pull no punches. You trying to
Free-
offend
hey,
every single.
Free my nigga
everybody.
Bill. Fuck you, man. Free my nigga.
All right.
You guys
Bill.
still eating Thanksgiving leftovers?
Yes, yes. Stop with the blasphemy.
You should go get your intestines checked out.
Thanksgiving
right now.
leftovers. Thanksgiving leftovers are available at least for the first week and a half after Thanksgiving. After
that's
that,
a lie.
maybe you're pushing.
You can stretch it for 3 weeks safely.
What?
That's why he's the second son.
Just to date this is being recorded for
The 1st of December.
1st of December.
For the 1st of
So just
December.
a couple of days after Thanksgiving.
Let it be known that I said you can stretch
Hey, let me s-
Thanksgiving for
let me
3
spit one
weeks
more.
if you know what you're doing. All right. We got one more from
Preach,
Preach, and then we got to
preach.
give all our shout outs, and then we got to close out.
get
I'll
it.
do that. Yo, my name is Preach the Poet. I'm from Chicago, Illinois.
Are you really, though?
I'm
For real,
not-
for real?
Yeah. born
Have
and
you
raised.
drove with him in the passenger seat? Let somebody cut you off. You'll hear the Chicago, Illinois come out. We got honked at and he damn near killed somebody, bro. Somebody went pee, he damn near jumped out the window.
Into their car.
Brother asked me if it was better weather down here. I said less bullets, more smiles and less truth. More let's stay together and less you do you. Me and my lover both pushing, switching masks. Don't matter the enemy, just a wall to hurl our hurt against. We both be bleeding. It's a trail of tears coming from your back seat, and I'm in the passenger on an aimless road trip. You were behind the wheel still asking me, are we there yet? I told you we lost the map in the last lifetime. I told you I wouldn't leave the backwoods in the last lifetime. You told me you wouldn't leave him in our trunk in the last lifetime. Magic mortals. Close enough to mortality to have death as a next door neighbor. Far enough to feel the sun rays. Was it why or justify pain? Let's just let Lupe drive. I heard all the Chicago kids learn with Baldwin in the front seat and Sosa coming out the system. Preach. Shout out, first of all, I know we got to do our shout outs, but
Everybody.
yo, R.I.P. to Rage Almighty.
Yeah,
Yes,
facts.
sir.
R.I.P. Doing good, doing great. You feel me? R.I.P. All right, that's my only shout out.
All right,
My
shout
mama.
out
Love you, mama.
Rage and
Doing
my
it for
mama.
Alberta.
Do it for Alberta, man.
Doing it for Alberta.
Shout out to everybody. You know, first I
Not a
want to
shout
thank
out if it's to
the
everybody.
wow, bro.
It's a loud
I was
shout.
getting there with the rest of the sentence.
Very
Jeez,
loud
everybody in the art community that we've been
That's still a lot.
blessed to
of
be a part of
That's
that
all. It's
still
like
kind
12
of
clicks that
help
you
us do
crossed.
things
How
that
many
produce
clicks
these
did you put
artists that
together?
perform.
Right. Just
that
Lottie alone.
put on shows that we can put out together. So I want to thank Haltom City Theater. I want to thank Truth Final. I want to thank the Speakeasy. I want to thank all the venues
out
in
Trey
Arlington that
Michael
are giving us a spot to play. I thank you for New Main Brewing, all the spots out in Deep Ellum, everybody, Trey Michael Day, A. Michael Lee, everybody that was in the Third Thursday group that's still in the Third Thursday group. Apparently, y'all are meeting with Sin and Martell. Maybe I will join you some Tuesday. I promise. Working towards that.
Don't expect
Thanks
see
to
me.
my mom,
Don't
dad,
expect to see
bro, sis, everybody, Kayla, love my
many?
life.
How many bros?
I got
Jesus
one brother.
Christ.
One brother, one sister.
So you're the only second
I'm
seed.
the only second.
Martell, who you got to shout out?
Everybody, if we met before, no matter what the situation was or is, shout out to you. I love you.
Hey,
Yup.
that's
We
real
got
right
a
there.
show coming up in December. Martell's art show will be performing there.
Yes, sir.
Preach. Lottie, will you be performing?
Yep.
Wow.
We'll all be performing. He'll be showing his amazing art. We'll be talking about balance and
we
balancing.
already
Shout
drop
out
a
to
location?
everybody. They shouted out.
He did. What's the address?
Location.
No location yet.
No location
location
yet.
yet.
You gotta follow.
Basically, he just don't want to
Follow.
drop
to
the
be
address.
announced.
Remember,
Martell.
it's
Gentlemen,
in Plano.
we're
It's
out of-
downtown Plano.
Ooh, downtown Plano.
Gentlemen, we are out of time. Shout out to everybody. They shouted out. Okay.
Such a good
Shout out to the Doc Open Mic crew.
You rallying me on my podcast?
Yeah, because Jesus Christ, dude, structure. All right. Shout out to everybody. They shouted
just talk
out.
about
Shout out to
consistency.
the Doc Open Mic crew. Shout out to people who ask you what your rate is and tell you what their budget is when they call you to do a show.
Yes.
All right.
Shout out
The
to
light
those
bill
people,
is
real
not
ones.
cheap.
SYLA
But
episode
my
4.
rent
We're
is
out.
500 exposures exactly.
Oh hell no.
Yo,
All right, love
doing it from Miss
y'all.
Alberta.
Peace out.
Peace.
Take it easy.
SYLA.
Merry Christmas, baby. Chef D. Right behind you like a backpack. I told you we can take it back like a flashback. I gotta have that. All of the niggas you with is mad whack. She may not be a bug, but baby, I gotta smash that ass fat. Charted girl, you can cut the book. Sharpen up when the winter kinda dull. I ain't fucking with nothing. Just as long as I spend this Christmas time with you.